And those sort of observations are critical to me.
In the grand halls of Windsor Castle, a moment of shocking defiance echoed through the royal family. Princess Anne, known for her unwavering commitment to tradition, drew a line in the sand that no one saw coming. Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, was turned away from a major royal event, a move that sent shockwaves through the monarchy. As tensions exploded, the world watched in disbelief. Was this just a royal protocol clash, or a deeper betrayal that could forever change the course of royal history? The stakes were higher than anyone could have imagined. It's common for certain royal events to bring together family members from various branches of the monarchy. This particular occasion highlighted the underlying tensions that sometimes bubble beneath the surface of royal unity.
You do indeed. You are my first boss. You gave me my first. I've literally for the last 3 weeks been talking about.
Tom Parker Bowles, the son of Camila from her first marriage, is someone who has often found himself in the public eye. As a food critic, writer, and somewhat of an unconventional figure in royal circles, Tom doesn't quite fit into the traditional royal mold, a fact that became very clear during this gathering. His presence at the royal event wasn't just a simple case of being a familiar face. It became a battleground for a much larger issue: royal protocol versus modernization, and the interpretation of what constitutes a royal family member. For Princess Anne, it wasn't just about personal preferences or family dynamics. This decision was deeply rooted in her long-standing belief in the preservation of royal tradition. Royal events, such as the one held at Windsor Castle, are more than just social gatherings. They are part of a broader symbol of the monarchy's authority, dignity, and unbroken legacy. The royal family has been built on centuries of rules, rituals, and expectations. And for someone like Princess Anne, those expectations are non-negotiable. She has often been referred to as the most royal member of the family, embodying everything that the monarchy represents. This isn't simply about personal likes or dislikes. This is about ensuring that the integrity of the royal family remains intact. Tom's presence at the event, however, was seen by Princess Anne as a step too far. For someone like her, who holds deep respect for the structure of the monarchy, Tom's unorthodox position, being the son of Camila, but not officially a member of the royal family, represented a blurring of the lines. Tom Parker Bowles may be family by virtue of his mother's marriage to King Charles, but his actions and his personal career have always been outside the more formal, structured roles that the royal family has come to be known for. While many might view Tom as charming and entertaining, Princess Anne could not see past the fact that he wasn't the right fit for an event of such importance. At the heart of this decision was a deep-rooted sense of duty. Royal family gatherings are, in Anne's view, not just opportunities for socialization, but moments that uphold and reflect the monarchy's values. The event at Windsor Castle was an opportunity to showcase the monarchy's unity, stability, and ongoing relevance in a rapidly changing world. By permitting someone like Tom to attend, it could have been perceived as a departure from the established order. It wasn't about personal vendettas or family disputes. It was about maintaining the sanctity of tradition. Allowing a non-royal figure like Tom to attend such a high-profile event could, in Anne's eyes, set a dangerous precedent for the future. Small exceptions, she believed, could snowball into larger departures from the values that have long upheld the monarchy. This was, in her mind, an issue of royal duty and responsibility. While some members of the royal family are more open to change and adapting to the evolving world, Princess Anne has consistently been someone who values tradition above all else. This perspective has shaped much of her actions over the years, and it continues to inform her decisions today. Her role within the royal family has never been about seeking attention or accolades. It has always been about ensuring the monarchy's longevity and relevance. In her eyes, that meant adhering to the long-standing customs that have governed the royal family's activities for centuries. For those who might see this decision as overly rigid or outdated, it's essential to understand the deep sense of responsibility that comes with being a royal. Every action, every public appearance, and every decision made by members of the royal family is heavily scrutinized, not just by the press, but by the public at large. The monarchy's very existence is based on its ability to uphold its traditions while managing the expectations placed upon it. It is, in many ways, the monarchy's commitment to its history and values that gives it legitimacy. And for Princess Anne, her actions in this particular instance were an attempt to safeguard that very foundation. It's also important to acknowledge the underlying family dynamics that play a role in this decision. Anne and Camilla have always had differing approaches to royal life, and this situation is merely the latest in a long history of tensions. Camilla, who has worked tirelessly to carve out her own place within the royal family, has a more modern approach to the monarchy, one that seeks to embrace change and make the royal family more relatable to the public. Her relationship with her children is a reflection of that approach, and she has worked hard to integrate her family into royal life in a way that feels more inclusive. For Camilla, the exclusion of her son from this royal gathering was not just a matter of protocol, it was personal. She is a mother who values her children deeply, and to see Tom rejected in such a public way was undoubtedly painful. Yet, as queen, Camilla has also learned the importance of pragmatism. She chose not to escalate the situation publicly, prioritizing royal unity and harmony over personal feelings. But the personal nature of this decision was not lost on those close to the situation, and it speaks volumes about the ongoing challenges Camilla faces as she navigates her new role within the monarchy. This divide between Anne and Camilla is not simply about one event or one individual. It is reflective of a broader philosophical difference between the two women. Anne has spent her life in service to the monarchy, adhering to a set of rules that she believes are essential for the institution's survival. Camilla, on the other hand, has always been an outsider trying to find her place within a family that has long been steeped in history and tradition. These differing approaches are what make their relationship so complex. While both women share the responsibility of supporting the monarchy, they have vastly different ways of approaching that responsibility. And it's these differences that continue to fuel tension. As this situation unfolds, it becomes clear that this isn't just about one royal event. It is a reflection of the ongoing struggle between the monarchy's deep-rooted traditions and the pressures of modernization. The royal family's future is one that will likely continue to be shaped by these tensions, as younger generations seek to reshape the monarchy to better reflect the world around them. Princess Anne, ever the traditionalist, will undoubtedly remain at the forefront of this conversation, fiercely protecting the values and traditions that have long defined the royal family. But for now, the tension between Anne and Camilla remains palpable, and it's clear that the ramifications of this particular event will continue to unfold. While the royal family's unity may be touted in public, moments like these remind us that behind the glitter and glamour, there are real family dynamics at play, dynamics that are often as complicated as any families. This episode serves as a reminder that even within the royal family, tradition, loyalty, and duty often come at a personal cost. Princess Anne's stance on tradition and protocol has long been one of the defining characteristics of her role within the royal family. It's clear from her actions at Windsor Castle that she is unwavering when it comes to the preservation of royal values. And this recent incident involving Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, is a prime example of how deeply she holds these beliefs. The events that unfolded at this charity gathering may have seemed like a simple dispute over one person's attendance, but in reality, they reflect the complex and sometimes divisive nature of royal life. For Princess Anne, it wasn't just about Tom Parker Bowles as an individual. It was about maintaining the integrity of the royal family's reputation and the core traditions that have defined the monarchy for centuries. At the heart of Anne's decision was a desire to uphold the monarchy's long-standing commitment to tradition. The royal family, despite its evolving role in the modern world, has always been an institution built on respect for established norms and values. These values are what give the monarchy its gravitas and its place in British society. To Princess Anne, any deviation from this structure, no matter how small, represents a shift away from the very foundation of the royal family. For her, royal events are not just social occasions or opportunities to celebrate achievements. They are important functions that reinforce the monarchy's image of stability, duty, and respect for tradition. Allowing someone who does not fit into the royal structure like Tom to attend such an event was, in Anne's view, a breach of this unspoken rule. It's important to note that Tom Parker Bowles, while a member of Camilla's family, is not officially part of the royal family. He is the son of Camilla from her first marriage, and as such, his position within the royal family is not as clearly defined as that of, say, the children of Prince Charles or the children of Prince William. Tom has made a name for himself in the public sphere as a food critic and writer, someone who is often in the media spotlight, but whose career and lifestyle have never adhered to the more formal, controlled roles typically expected of royal family members. His relaxed approach to life, his involvement in the media, and his lack of interest in maintaining the royal family's traditional image make him an outsider in the eyes of Princess Anne. For Anne, the issue was not personal. It wasn't a matter of disliking Tom or holding any kind of grudge against him. It was about the monarchy's reputation and its place in modern society. The royal family, despite the pressures of modernization, has always relied on its ability to remain a symbol of continuity, tradition, and stability. To Anne, the inclusion of someone like Tom Parker Bowles in such an important royal event threatened to blur the lines between the royal family and the wider public. It was not simply about Tom being an outsider. It was about maintaining the boundaries that define what it means to be part of the royal family. Anne, who has spent her entire life within the royal family's rigid framework, views any relaxation of these boundaries as potentially damaging to the institution itself. Anne's role within the royal family has always been one of responsibility and duty, while other members of the royal family have sometimes sought to modernize or evolve the monarchy's role in society. Anne has always been steadfast in her belief that the monarchy's strength lies in its ability to preserve its history and traditions. She has never been one to shy away from making difficult decisions, even when those decisions might upset family members or the public. For Anne, her primary responsibility is to the monarchy, not to any individual family member. This sense of duty is what drives her actions, and it's why she felt compelled to take a stand against Tom's inclusion at the royal event. In contrast, Camilla has taken a different approach to her role within the royal family. Having spent many years as an outsider, both in terms of her relationship with Prince Charles and her position within the royal family, Camilla has worked hard to carve out her own place within the institution. Her path to becoming queen has been anything but straightforward, and as a result, she has a much more flexible view of what constitutes a royal family member. For Camilla, the inclusion of her son Tom in royal events is a reflection of her desire to integrate her family more fully into royal life. As a mother, Camilla naturally wants to see her children honored and recognized as part of the royal fold. Tom, despite not being officially part of the royal family, has been accepted by many as a figure who represents the more modern, inclusive approach to royal life. His attendance at such events, for Camilla, was a way of acknowledging that royal life is not just about bloodlines, but also about the broader, more diverse family that surrounds the monarchy. This clash between Anne's strict adherence to royal protocol and Camilla's more inclusive approach speaks to the broader tension within the royal family about how much it should modernize in the face of changing times. As the monarchy grapples with its role in the 21st century, the question of tradition versus modernization is one that continues to divide family members. For Anne, there is no room for compromise. The monarchy is based on history, on duty, and on maintaining a level of formality that transcends personal relationships. For Camilla, however, the monarchy is evolving, and it is important to bring family members, regardless of their official status, into the fold in a way that reflects the family's broader, more inclusive identity. This divide is not new. Anne and Camilla have always had different views on what it means to be part of the royal family. Anne has spent her life as the epitome of royal duty, never seeking the limelight but always committed to her responsibilities. Camilla, on the other hand, has spent much of her life fighting for her place within the royal family. Her rise from being seen as an outsider to becoming queen has been a testament to her determination, but it has also caused tensions within the family. While Anne has always been steadfast in her commitment to royal tradition, Camilla's journey has been marked by a desire to adapt and integrate the modern world into the monarchy. This tension is not only about royal protocol, but also about power and influence within the family. As Camilla's position within the royal family has grown stronger over the years, her influence has expanded as well. Her role as queen has given her a significant platform to shape the direction of the monarchy, and her efforts to bring her family closer into the royal fold are a reflection of this shift. The inclusion of her grandchildren in her coronation ceremonies, for example, was seen by some as a progressive move, while others, including possibly Anne, saw it as a step too far. This changing balance of power is something that Anne, as a longtime member of the royal family, is deeply aware of, and it is something that she is not willing to accept without question. In the end, Princess Anne's actions at Windsor Castle were about more than just one person's attendance at an event. They were a statement about the direction the monarchy should take, about the balance between tradition and modernization, and about the role that each family member plays within the institution. For Anne, the monarchy is about more than just family connections. It is about duty, tradition, and the responsibility of ensuring that the royal family remains a symbol of stability and continuity. While some members of the royal family may seek to modernize and adapt to the changing world, Anne remains firmly committed to the idea that the monarchy's strength lies in its ability to preserve its history and values. Her stance on Tom Parker Bowles's exclusion, though controversial, was a reflection of this commitment to tradition. In her eyes, the royal family is not a space for personal relationships or modern inclusivity. It is a space for maintaining the ideals that have shaped the monarchy for centuries. Whether or not others in the royal family agree with Anne's position, one thing is clear. Her commitment to preserving the monarchy's traditional values is unwavering, and she will continue to fight for those values, no matter the cost. The incident at Windsor Castle, where Princess Anne took a firm stance against Tom Parker Bowles's attendance, was more than just a disagreement over royal protocol. It was a reflection of the deep-seated tensions within the royal family, particularly between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. These tensions are rooted not only in their differing approaches to the monarchy, but also in their contrasting personal histories, backgrounds, and beliefs about what it means to be a member of the royal family. Princess Anne has always been the epitome of royal duty and tradition. From a young age, she was taught the importance of service, discipline, and responsibility. Her life has been dedicated to fulfilling her royal obligations, with little regard for personal gain or public attention. In her eyes, the royal family's strength lies in its ability to remain steadfast in its traditions, maintaining the rules and customs that have defined the monarchy for centuries. Anne's actions are shaped by this unshakable commitment to duty and tradition. On the other hand, Queen Camilla's path to the monarchy was far from conventional. As the daughter of a socialite, Camilla spent much of her early life outside the formal structures of the royal family. Her relationship with Prince Charles, long considered controversial, was the subject of public scrutiny and scandal. However, over the years, Camilla proved herself to be a dedicated and loyal partner to Charles, eventually earning her place as queen. Her journey to this position has been marked by both personal sacrifice and the need to navigate the royal family's complex dynamics. As queen, Camilla has worked to modernize the monarchy and make it more relatable to the public. Her efforts to integrate her family into royal life, including her children from her first marriage, are part of this broader vision of a more inclusive monarchy. However, this more modern approach has sometimes clashed with the more traditional values upheld by other members of the royal family, particularly Princess Anne. At the heart of the disagreement between Anne and Camilla lies a fundamental difference in their views on what it means to be part of the royal family. For Princess Anne, the royal family is an institution that must be preserved and protected at all costs. The monarchy, in her view, must remain a symbol of continuity, tradition, and stability. Any deviation from this established order could weaken the institution, and Anne is determined not to let that happen. Her focus has always been on maintaining the monarchy's public image, ensuring that it remains a respected and revered institution. Camilla, on the other hand, has spent much of her life working to prove her place in the royal family. As an outsider, she has always had to work harder than most to be accepted and respected within royal circles. Over time, however, she has found her footing and gained a significant amount of influence. Her position as queen has given her a platform to bring about changes within the monarchy, including the integration of her children into royal life. While Anne has always adhered to the rules, Camilla has used her position to challenge those rules and push for greater inclusion and representation. This has created a natural tension between the two women, with Anne viewing Camilla's efforts as a threat to the tradition she holds dear. This divide is not just about Tom Parker Bowles' attendance at a royal event. It's about the broader philosophical differences between Anne and Camilla regarding the monarchy's role in the modern world. Anne's stance against Tom's attendance is symbolic of her belief that the monarchy should remain unchanged, regardless of the pressures of modernization. Camilla, on the other hand, believes that the monarchy must evolve to stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. Her efforts to include her family members, even those who are not officially part of the royal family, are a reflection of her desire to make the monarchy more inclusive and accessible. While Anne's actions may seem rigid or even outdated to some, they are rooted in a deep respect for the monarchy's traditions and the belief that these traditions are what give the institution its power and legitimacy. Anne sees herself as the protector of these traditions, someone who must stand firm against any changes that could dilute the monarchy's influence. Her role, in her mind, is to safeguard the monarchy from the pressures of modern life and ensure that it remains a symbol of continuity in an ever-changing world. The tension between Anne and Camilla is further complicated by the power shifts within the royal family. As Camilla's position has grown stronger, particularly after her ascension to the role of queen, her influence within the family has increased. Camilla's desire to bring her children into the royal fold is part of a broader effort to redefine the royal family's composition. By including her grandchildren in her coronation ceremonies, for example, she sent a message that the monarchy should be more inclusive, embracing family members who may not have direct royal bloodlines but still have a legitimate place in the family. This has been seen by some as a modernization of the monarchy, a move to make it more accessible to the public and reflect the diverse nature of the modern world. However, for Princess Anne, these efforts to include non-royal family members in royal events are a step too far. Anne believes that the monarchy must be careful not to stray too far from its traditional roots. For her, the inclusion of family members who are not directly involved in royal duties could set a dangerous precedent. It could lead to further erosion of the institution's traditions, weakening its ability to function as a stabilizing force in British society. Anne's refusal to allow Tom Parker Bowles to attend the royal event was, in her mind, a necessary move to protect the monarchy's image and ensure that it remained grounded in its long-standing traditions. This divide also speaks to the broader issue of power and influence within the royal family. As Camilla's position has become more secure, she has increasingly used her platform to shape the direction of the monarchy. Her efforts to modernize the institution and bring her family closer into the royal fold are part of a broader vision of what the monarchy should be in the 21st century. However, Anne's refusal to embrace this vision is a reminder that the monarchy is still, in many ways, a family run by tradition, duty, and a strict adherence to protocol. This clash between tradition and modernization is not unique to Anne and Camilla. As the monarchy faces pressure to evolve and adapt to the changing times, there are many who believe that the royal family must modernize in order to maintain its relevance. Others, like Anne, believe that modernization could ultimately weaken the monarchy's ability to function as a symbol of stability and continuity. This ongoing debate will likely continue to shape the royal family's future, with members like Anne and Camilla representing two opposing sides of the argument. As this disagreement continues to unfold, it becomes clear that the tensions between Anne and Camilla are far from over. While both women have their own perspectives on the monarchy's role in the modern world, their differing views reflect the broader challenges facing the royal family. On the one hand, you have Anne, who is committed to preserving tradition and protecting the monarchy's reputation. On the other hand, you have Camilla, who is trying to bring the monarchy into the modern age, making it more inclusive and adaptable to the changing world. This ongoing conflict highlights the challenges the royal family faces as it navigates the complex balance between tradition and modernization. As members of the royal family continue to carve out their roles in an ever-changing world, the question remains: how much should the monarchy change to stay relevant, and how much should it hold on to the traditions that have long defined it? For Anne and Camilla, these questions are at the heart of their ongoing disagreements, and the answers to these questions will shape the monarchy's future for years to come. The fallout from Princess Anne's decision at Windsor Castle continues to ripple through the royal family, and its effects will undoubtedly be felt for a long time. This event, which at first glance might have seemed like a small dispute over one individual's attendance, has sparked a much larger conversation about the future of the monarchy, the role of tradition, and the evolving nature of family dynamics within the royal household. It's clear that this incident represents more than just a clash over royal protocol. It's a reflection of the growing divide between the traditionalists and the modernizers within the royal family, with Princess Anne firmly representing the former and Queen Camilla, to some extent, the latter. The royal family has long been viewed as an institution steeped in tradition, but in recent years, there has been increasing pressure to modernize. As the world changes, the monarchy has been forced to adapt in order to remain relevant. This shift has led to some difficult conversations within the family, as different members have different views on how much the monarchy should change. On one side, you have those like Princess Anne, who believe that the monarchy's strength lies in its commitment to tradition, duty, and structure. On the other, you have members like Camila, who believe that the monarchy must evolve to reflect the changing world around it. This divide is not something that has appeared overnight. The tensions between Anne and Camilla have been simmering for some time, and the incident at Windsor Castle is just the latest manifestation of this larger rift. While both women share a commitment to the monarchy, they have very different ideas about what that commitment should look like. For Anne, the monarchy is about upholding the rules and traditions that have kept it strong for centuries. For Camilla, the monarchy must evolve and adapt in order to maintain its relevance in the 21st century. This difference in perspective has created a friction between the two women, one that has been exacerbated by the changing dynamics within the royal family. As Camilla's role within the royal family has grown stronger over the years, so has her influence. When she first became part of the royal family, she was seen as an outsider, someone who didn't quite fit in with the more traditional elements of the monarchy. But over time, Camilla has earned her place and become a key figure in the family. Her rise to queen consort has given her a platform to influence the direction of the monarchy, and she has used that platform to push for greater inclusivity and modernization. This has included integrating her children into royal life more fully, even those who are not directly part of the royal family. Camilla's efforts to modernize the monarchy, however, have not always been well received by those who feel that the institution's traditions should be preserved. Princess Anne, in particular, has been vocal in her belief that any deviation from the monarchy's long-standing customs could weaken the institution. To her, the royal family is an enduring symbol of stability and continuity, and any attempt to modernize or adapt to the changing times threatens to undermine that. Anne's refusal to allow Tom Parker Bowles to attend the royal event at Windsor Castle was, in her view, a necessary step to preserve the monarchy's image and maintain its traditions. This clash between tradition and modernization is not just about one individual's attendance at a royal event. It's about the broader question of what the monarchy's role should be in the modern world. For some, like Princess Anne, the monarchy should remain a symbol of continuity, with a commitment to duty, discipline, and tradition. For others, like Camilla, the monarchy must change in order to stay relevant and reflect the values of a modern society. This ongoing debate within the royal family highlights the challenges that come with balancing tradition and progress in an institution that is both a symbol of stability and a reflection of the changing times. One of the most significant aspects of this ongoing tension is the question of power and influence within the royal family. As Camilla's role has grown stronger, so has her ability to shape the monarchy's future. Her inclusion of her children and grandchildren in royal events, as well as her efforts to modernize the monarchy, represent a shift in the balance of power. Princess Anne, however, sees this shift as a threat to the monarchy's traditions. Her refusal to allow Tom Parker Bowles to attend the event was not just a personal decision, it was a statement about the direction the monarchy should take. For Anne, the monarchy's strength lies in its ability to remain unchanged, and she sees any effort to modernize or adapt as a threat to that strength. This divide is not just about royal protocol. It's about a fundamental disagreement over the monarchy's role in the modern world. The royal family is an institution that has long been tied to tradition and the preservation of certain values. But as the world changes, so too must the monarchy. The question is how much the institution should change in order to stay relevant. Some members of the royal family, like Anne, believe that the monarchy should remain as it is, a symbol of tradition and continuity. Others, like Camilla, believe that the monarchy must evolve in order to reflect the changing values of society. The fallout from this event, however, is not just about the future of the monarchy. It's also about the personal dynamics within the royal family. The relationship between Anne and Camilla has always been complicated, and this incident has only added fuel to the fire. The two women have very different approaches to royal life, and this clash over Tom Parker Bowles' attendance highlights the broader tensions that exist between them. Anne, as the defender of royal tradition, sees her role as one of protecting the monarchy from the pressures of modernization. Camilla, as queen consort, has worked hard to integrate her family into royal life and make the monarchy more inclusive. These differing approaches to the monarchy have created a rift between the two women, one that has become increasingly difficult to ignore. While the royal family has long been a symbol of unity and stability, moments like this remind us that behind the scenes, there are real family dynamics at play. The tension between Anne and Camilla is a reflection of the ongoing struggle within the royal family to define its future. The monarchy must find a way to balance tradition and modernization, all while maintaining its relevance in a rapidly changing world. The decisions made now will shape the future of the royal family for generations to come, and the outcome of this debate will have a lasting impact on the monarchy's place in British society. As the royal family continues to navigate these challenges, it's clear that Princess Anne will remain at the forefront of the conversation. She has long been a champion of royal tradition, and she will continue to defend those values as the monarchy faces pressure to evolve. But it's also clear that Camilla, as queen consort, has the power and influence to shape the monarchy's future. The question now is how much the monarchy should change and how much it should hold on to its traditional values. This is a conversation that will continue to unfold, and the decisions made in the coming years will shape the future of the royal family. For now, the fallout from this royal rift will continue to be a topic of discussion among royal watchers, insiders, and the public. Every appearance, every statement, and every decision made by Anne and Camilla will be closely scrutinized for signs of lingering tension. As the monarchy moves forward, the balance between tradition and modernization will remain a key issue, and how the royal family resolves this divide will have a profound impact on its future. It's a delicate balancing act, one that requires careful thought, diplomacy, and a commitment to the institution's long-term survival.